Welcome, future masters. Do I have a fun game for you? Do I? Oh, yes, actually I do. Check it out. I played d4. My opponent played f5, the Dutch. So I said, well, let's see what you know about the gambit line. Knight c3, knight f6, bishop g5. This is book line here. He went for g6 to play non-confrontational, which isn't bad because it can be very vicious. And it's easier to play the white side than the black side in general. So f3, he plays the ultra non-confrontational e3. Again, not bad. Unfortunately, the computer, actually it is bad. The computer said not bishop to c4, but queen to e2 is the move, with queen takes pawn being, I don't know, 2.3 right in the opening. I had no idea it was that good. So g6 and e3 is not good, apparently, but I had no idea. So, and we got a free lesson off of that one. Bishop g7, knight e2. Again, I should, can work on taking that pawn. So I'm just completing development. Don't be fancy. Game in 3 minutes. Don't be fancy. So, he's developing as well. He's made what? To get this position, he's made f5, essentially. He captured and then moved that pawn 3-4. He's made 5 pawn moves. I've only made 3. So I'm doing okay I'm doing slightly better on development. So I had to expend 1 tempo to get the pawn out of the way. Not necessarily back, but out of the way. So here I did catch the drift on my own that after all this has happened, and obviously during the game, I had no idea queen e2 was crushing. Otherwise, I would have gotten my queen on that diagonal even faster. But I got my queen to d2 because clearly the f pawn on f3 doesn't give the white squares much action for the queen. So queen to the dark squares seemed to me fairly obvious, at least at my ability. So he did play an odd move that I didn't think was very good. And that was knight to d5. It's like, look, dude, my dad's rule is don't be fancy. He's being fancy. It's like, you're not going to get my dark square bishop. My dark square bishop right now is the key attacking piece that I have with that d2 to h6 battery. So we move our bishop to the domination position, which is on g5. This should be obvious to everyone, but if it isn't, look at the squares. The bishop with 2 squares in between the knight, either at g5 or d2, blocks every square the knight can go to. He can't do anything about it, really. At least not to his advantage. He played probably the best move he could play, bishop f6. Try and trade it off. I'm not interested in that. I'm certainly not going to do it and help your development. If you want to trade it, you're going to take me and put my queen square right in your king side. So good luck with that, buddy. So here, again, complete the development. Don't try to be a superstar. Knight e4 is a vicious move, threatening knight d6. Not necessarily crushing or whatever, but it's starting to get annoying. Let's put it that way. We're becoming annoying, potentially. He can't do anything about it unless he wants to move his knight. Then I'll just move my bishop to b3 or d3. So it's okay. Taking the advantage of the open e4 square. So you see, now he has done what I was hoping to get out of this was, a backwards e-pawn. Something, not great. Again, his development, he's got 4 pieces on the back rank undeveloped. We count the f1 and f8 rooks as developed because they castled and protect our king. So I have one undeveloped piece. He has 4. And the computer said I was like 1.78 or something like that ahead. After I went back and checked it, I was like, okay, that was interesting. Again, complete development. Clearly the E file is better, is the only semi-open file, so I need to put a rook there. And the A1 rook is the best one to put there because I can push F4 if I need to with a rook behind it. That's the thinking that I used. So, pretty good. He goes queen c7. It's about time. He's got 3 pieces left to develop. So, now I'm thinking I'm going to try and get some action where I can. I don't even 100% remember what I did. I did several things. I don't know. Good question. Oh, queen g5. Yeah, I saw there was a, just an annoying potential. You never know. His development is not good. He runs into problems if he plays knight d7 because his e7 square is weak after I chop his d5 knight off. So he's got to be careful. And he did it. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, dude, don't you see that? Bishop takes d5, pawn takes my bishop. Now he's attacking my knight, but I can hit him first with bishop takes g7, king takes g7 forced, bishop takes knight, e takes bishop on d5, queen e7 check, rook f7, knight g5 check. How do you respond? This is what visualization is giving me at this point. So it's rock. That's 1. That's 2. He took with the c pawn. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Take with the e pawn. I would think taking with the e pawn was, potentially better. Tomato, tomato. It's probably about the same, actually. I don't know. I didn't really look at it. Yeah, go ahead. Let's rock. See, the thing is, and after rook f7, I realized knight g5 is no good because my queen's under attack. But I queen check him and I'm forking d6. Aww. He went psycho. Not recognizing that it was psycho. To be honest, I didn't realize it either. But I was like, you know what, dude? This is starting to smell funny. Starting to smell like fish. And not in the good way. Because he has 2 pieces not developed. His king side is, well, it's not horrible, but it's not super solid either. It's very iffy because I'm going to go and hammer e6. I want to put pressure on him, so hit him. Knight g5 to me is an obvious move. Obvious and good. So now he's in trouble. Knight g5, and there's a hidden move that I didn't realize that I was doing that was awesome. This is my spidey senses did not let me down. I did not, get a warning sign that I thought I should have gotten until I realized that no, I didn't. So it's one of those things that you work on your, you improve your game and you get stronger. And I rely on my spidey senses, and it helped me on this one big time. Seemed like the only move or the best move. Bam. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're just now at this point. Well, we're back to 1 pawn ahead. He took that c pawn, but the computer thought that was horrible. And it actually wasn't good. Because my pieces are all developed and his are not. So, what does he do here? He got crazy. Jeez, what are you doing, Sonny? King g8? Anybody? Oh, the problem with king g8 is queen takes d5 threatens to unleash a discovered check monstrously. So and unlike, like I said, my spidey senses are like, well, this on the surface this looks pretty good. I go, well, let me just take this pawn. You can't do anything, right? Well, then he hit this move on me, and I was completely shocked. I thought, oh man, dude, look at I'm losing a piece here. I did not see this move at all, which is kind of disconcerting to a degree. But then on the other hand, I was looking around and I'm like, wow, I was right here. I think I'm winning. Okay. I think I'm winning this until he hammers me with knight b6. And then I realized, oh, wait a second. He's just walked into checkmate. So he couldn't play knight to b6. That was a double question mark blunder. Same thing with queen takes c2. He just, queen takes c2 abandons all defense and prays that white cannot see whatever the good moves are required to win this position. So here, I don't know. I mean, I'm threatening at this point. He has to play like queen to d2, I think. Because I'm threatening checkmate. So, and the problem he has with queen to d2 is this. Plays queen to d2. Look at this. This move renews the checkmate threat. You can't play rook takes knight because that doesn't stop checkmate. That e6 knight is a monster. That I didn't anticipate it was that strong. I mean, it looked like a good move, right? So that was the bizarre part. So pretty good. Play what you see. My spidey senses, I thought, should have warned me about queen knight b6, and so I would have had to have thought about it. And I probably wouldn't have taken the pawn if I'd have seen knight b6. But once I was there, and he plays it, it forced me to find queen g5 as checkmate. It was not my plan. I'm just in the, kind of sweeping him. I'm just playing, having fun, basically, after this check. I'm playing, having fun. I'm taking more of your pieces, dude. How's it feel? It almost felt terrible after that move, but, I did find the checkmate, which was awesome. So, a good little move. Let's go back here. Let me show you. This is the move the computer said. It's like 2.2 or 2.3. It's that good. His development is ultra garbage. Queen e2 followed by queen takes e3. And his position is not very good. Actually, the thing was, it actually said I should castle and then eventually take the pawn. So queen e2 is really setting up long castling for white. And then queen takes e3 with that devastating dark square bind on the king side. Well, it's sort of devastating. But I had no idea that this is the right move. This looks, this doesn't look that impressive until you actually, get the info, and it's like, oh, castle long, queen takes e3, he is in trouble. So, be that as it may, this might help you. It might help me in the future as well, because I thought he was doing okay, and turns out that e3 is a terrible move in this position. Here, f3 is the right move. He's supposed to take and play. I play knight takes, and he's wasted development that I have, I'll play bishop c4, knight takes f3, bishop c4, castle short, queen d2, and then probably rook a to e1, and everything is developed. So he's kind of asking for it. So objectively speaking, probably you could play as black g6 or e3, but you can't play both if white knows what he's doing. And I didn't know what I was doing. So I got a free lesson as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this game. and enjoy the lesson. There's 15 minutes. I will see you guys later. Make sure you like this video.